Howdy y'all! Today we're going to take a look at some of the work that's been completed, yet to be completed, some of the fancy stuff that's actually made it back onto the car, which I honestly never thought would ever happen. So let's take a look at some of this cool stuff, because it's pretty nice for what the car is, and especially considering what some of it started out as. Let's take a look. Alright guys, let's take a look at our rear trim. This stuff started out not very good, let's just say that. It has been heavily polished on, has the correct argent paint in the middles, and we've got tail lights that are looking pretty good. We're minus a little black pinstripe around the outside of the housing there still. That is in the works. Badges on. Believe it or not, those are both originals. Just polished up. Our lower trim piece here is pretty good. It was the worst out of most of this stuff. Kind of hard to see, but you definitely see that it had some pitting in it. But it's nice and straight now. It was quite the task there. The back sides of these looks like they've been shot with about 1,000 BB guns. And a lot of sanding, a little bit of Bondo, and again, the correct argent paint. I think it looks pretty good. Taillight housings are, I don't believe they were new. Again, as with many parts on this car, some of them were really good, just old replacement stuff. Some of them were just, might have been new, I don't know. But they're pretty good. Minor pitting in the chrome, not terrible. I am glad that we managed to get 2 replacement tail light lenses back in the day when they weren't $300 a piece. And we even got our little Barracuda emblem. Also original. Polished up pretty nice. Got the keys in. Got our, I believe, possibly incorrect reverse lights mounted. These may be for a 69, not sure. They were also original to this car. Well, at least original to the last person who installed them. And they look pretty good. We have also finished all of our windows. Finally. We were waiting a couple of weeks there as one of the multitude of rollers for this rear quarter window did decide to break. And well, that was a holdup. They actually work even. Unbelievable. All weather stripping is done, and that's looking pretty good. Now we've also been hard at work on some minor details here. We have managed to get our side marker lights in, at least 3 of them. One of them was pretty defective. We've got vinyl stripes on the side of the car now, looking sharp. And first time ever, we've got trim rings and center caps. We did go ahead and paint the old rally wheels that were on here blacks in the center. Match the car. I think it looks pretty good. And in the rear, oh yeah. Look at them Hoosiers. Just looking sweet. 235/60/15s. They fill up that wheel well really nicely. Have great spring clearance. And hopefully do a dang good job hooking up the track at their no-name nationals. Up front, got some skinnies. I believe these were 205/55. They measure almost 24 inches tall. I was shooting for possibly something closer to 24 and a half, but that's what we ended up with. Obviously no engine in the car, so she's still sitting up pretty high. But overall, looking really well. We've got one thing missing, obviously, is our gas cap. I do need to take this gas tank out one more time, and I'm not planning on putting that cap on until that is done. Reason for the tank coming out is it doesn't quite sit far enough back because it's hitting the shocks. You need to do a little clearancing on the lip of the tank. But yeah, the side markers are looking pretty good. Like I said, we only got 3 of the 4 in because, you know, as with anything nowadays, you get new parts. I mean, they even said Mopar restoration on them, and they're literally junk out of the box. So, hood inserts, ooh, little shiny. They originally would have had like a textured argent in the middle. Our set here has been weather beaten and polished 100,000 times, but they're not too badly pitted or rotten, flaking chrome. I think one of them is missing a mounting post on the back, but overall not terrible. And oh yeah, Barracuda. But I know this is what y'all have been waiting on, and I'm still waiting on headlight adjusters and the little spring that goes with them. We have our grills test fitted. They're fitting pretty nicely, snugged up pretty good to the header there. I'm liking it. In the previous episode, y'all did get a kind of a sneak peek of these. Again, this is one of those items that I'm very, very glad I found 15 or 20 years ago, because, well, they're worth more than their weight in gold nowadays. We were able to reuse our original grills, and we did have some replacement lenses for them. They're looking pretty sharp. And even got the old Plymouth emblem on it. Looking good. Alright, moving inside. We are just about ready to coat the floors. Doing some pour 15 on them. Seam sealer has been completed. It was really nasty in here, guys. It took a couple hours basically scrubbing to get down to, you know, something clean enough to apply your stuff. A little bitty rust hole right there in the corner of the back floor pan. Filled that in. This is a 3M bare metal seam sealer. 2-part stuff. Works really well. I've even actually I kind of use that to do some filling on the old bench seat holes, and this stuff is pretty durable. It's almost dry. But yeah, that's sealed up. Hopefully keep some of the copious amounts of tire smoke out. So there is one item I'm torn on, guys. Our bumpers here. Well, they were nice originals, you know, pretty rusty though. Chrome was peeling, etc. And we did just go ahead and body work them and get a coat of paint on them. Now, I really didn't want to go back with the body color that we used. Just didn't. I wanted it to match our stripes. Okay. And they're just a little bit too shiny, I think. I'm kind of torn. They could go on the car as is. They are nice and smooth and looking pretty good. But what I'm thinking is that now that they're actually smooth and usable, I'm thinking a vinyl wrap. I'm thinking of the same stuff we've got right here. And the sticker pack here that came with this stripe kit was labeled as 3M vinyl. So I know we can match it. But I'm just not sure. Do we throw the shiny ones on? I don't know. I might just have to put them on and experiment. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I'm not trying to go overboard on the whole black on black on black thing here, although it is kind of overboard, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think, guys. Just put them on as is, nice and shiny, or go get them vinyled. I don't know. We've also got the situation going on with some interior parts. Our A-pillar moldings here are pretty busted. Not really very good. Got a couple of sets. I think this is the best of them. Probably nitpicky stuff at this point, and definitely interior is the very last thing on this vehicle's list. So, you know, we may have to go steal some more Valiant Effort parts from Duddy, because maybe they're better in that car. Probably not. Another item for stealing from the Valiant Effort is our kick panels here. While they're not very busted, well, that one's pretty beat up right there on the edge, but they've been painted on. They are filthy. Just overall not very good. Well, maybe we can score some more Valiant Effort parts there too. Alright, here we are back at everyone's favorite project car, the Valiant Effort. Valiant fail, typically. But maybe it's got a couple of decent interior parts that we can grab. Hopefully optimistic there. I have a report from Larry the engineer that possibly there's some good stuff left here. So let's just see if it's worth anything. Very carefully, obviously, because, well, the extra jacks are no longer here. We're relying on 2 sketchily placed Harbor Freight jacks. This thing is absolutely disgusting, and I guess I'll let you guys come take a look. Alright, I'm slightly scared of what possibly is living in here. It's not nice. Although I hear these high back bench seats are kind of rare, so you know, it needs maybe a little work. Might be worth saving, huh? I don't know. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so we're after A-pillar trim. That's broke. So no go there. Those kick panels don't look terrible. Not that one. I don't know. Definitely looks a little nicer than what I've got to work with. So, but this A-pillar trim, yeah, same thing. It's pretty dry rotted and broke. Not really any better. It's got a little rot. Upon further investigation, this is the only door that opens. That's convenient. So let's see if we can grab a rocker or kick panel here. It would appear that there are no screws attaching to it. I don't know if it's worth it, guys. I really don't. While there may be some small items that could be saved from this car, I'm just not feeling it today. We'll call that another fail for the Valiant Effort. I'm glad I brought a screwdriver with me. Just poke at it, I guess. That's about all this thing's worth. Alright guys, that does it for today's episode. Barracuda's looking pretty good. Valiant Effort, not so much. And as usual, it's failed to provide any useful parts. So, you know, we can go take that away. It'll make a nice Prius someday, I'm sure. If you like what you're watching, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. There's plenty more 1968 Plymouth Barracuda action coming. So we've got a lot to do. No Name Nationals, Sykes in Missouri. We'll see y'all there.